This playthrough is rated T for teen.
If we're going to be able to afford a Roscoe and survive in this world, we're going to need a bit more money. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Shadowrun for the Genesis. In the last episode, we talked to Tabitha, who used to work for with our brother a long time ago, but she avoided the last job, much to her survival. However, that didn't last much longer because she was blasted away, not by her good looks, but by weapons, by some hired goons. Hired goons? But anyway, yeah, she's gone, but she did leave us some information to go to our next step. Boris, Roscoe, Caleb Brightmore, and David Owlfeather. But before we can meet Boris and get on with the main plot of the game, we're going to need to get some more money and more karma quicker. So, all right, before that, we're going to get attacked, though. Some of those dregs leap from the shadows. You are forced back into the streets where they attack. Yeah, this can happen sometimes in certain locations that you'll just get attacked. All right, let's see if we can kill these guys. Even though we got a really good gun, it's all about me surviving the encounter, because physical, I still get hurt pretty badly from physical damage, even with my okay. Okay, we got lucky there. The guy, there's friendly fire when it comes to enemies. So, they didn't even drop anything. Oh well. Ah, come on! Whew. Well, at least they dropped something. Okay, can we sleep now, please? Thank you. All right, let's level up our stats. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna level up our less combat-y stats because we want to start making money. So I want to raise my negotiation up a bit. All right, I want to level up to at least 5. That'll be good at least for now. And then let's level up our charisma to 4. Okay. And then we'll be good. Okay, so we need to go find more work. So we need Mr. Gutterson's not going to do it anymore. We're going to need something a little bit more. So let's head off to the Penumbra district to get another Johnson to help us out. We want to talk to Mortimer Reed, who is mentioned in our brother's notes and everything like that. So, and people have talked about it before. He's a mid-level Johnson. You can go to other Johnsons. Some people sometimes suggest just jumping from Gunderson to the high-end Johnsons. But I always want to show off talking to these guys and getting some information from them before we jump onto the high-end stuff. I'll at least take a job from each Johnson once just to show it off. The restaurant is called the Big Rhino. It specializes in orc gourmet dishes and is actually quite popular with those who can stomach dishes like live worms and sprouts. Ugh. I don't think I want to be a troll, thank you very much. Now there's a person there we could talk to, but we're not going to do that right now. There's another person we want to talk to, though, in this bar over here. You move into the booth. Bodyguards search for hidden weapons on your body. When they are satisfied, a voice speaks from the shadows. Well, what do we have here? A Shadowrunner looking for work. I'm Mortimer Reed. If you serve me well, we both could make a lot of new yen. I'm looking for some info. I hate to give anything away, so I'm willing to discuss any information with you for free. But as it is with custom to do so, I will part with it begrudgingly. However, I do know a valuable contact with whom I believe you could benefit from. I could part you with that name for 1,500. Oh, consider it. I need some questions answered. Sorry, I don't know anything that would help you right now. He will eventually, but we need to actually have the plot tell us. We need to talk to him about it. You're the perp. I'll see what I can do as long as it's not too legal. Looking for some information. I'm looking for contacts. I can get you in touch with a corporate acquaintance of mine. He's been around and knows things that would be useful if you were going to run on a corporation. So, would you like to purchase a new PAL? I do want to. The guy he gives you will let you buy a level 5 maglock for 20,000 new yen, and that's the cheapest way to get it, and it'll get you a maglock that will basically open up almost any door in the game that's electronic. So, but not right now. We don't have the money, so I'll talk about it later. All right, looking for some work. Okay, Mortimer Reed will give you 6 different types of jobs. Actually, most people like him will give you these jobs, but he'll give you bodyguard work, which is basically just take a guy from one spot to the next. He'll give you ghoul bounty, killing ghouls. He'll give you courier work, which is the drop out the package. He'll give you enforcement, which is basically someone owes him some money, so you're supposed to go in and threaten them. And if things go wrong, you'll have to fight them, depending on what it is. Simple matrix is going to the matrix and getting some data information. Simple acquisition is just grabbing something from a place, but you have to fight people while you're in there. So that means you have to go to a building and they have a package of his, and you'll be like, get back, and you'll be like, okay, I'll get it. And then finally, simple extraction, which is a guy wants to leave his job, and you go get him from that job. So anyway, step right up, and I'll brief you on a job I'm positive you'll excel at. All right, this one's the Halloweeners. We need to go up with Neuromancer. Escort him to the Wanderer in the Pulliam Barrens, and you'll be paid. So basically, it's a a bodyguard job. Now, I actually want a Matrix job. Actually, this will be the point of the episode, is how I'm gonna make money. So, whatever you say, my friend. You need some credit. You can always work for me. Okay, let's keep waiting until we see if we can get a Matrix job to pop up. No, we're not paying ghouls. No, thank you. Alright, let's see. Now this is a escort job. I want a Matrix job. I might have to cut to when we get a Matrix job. Maybe we'll see, though. Let's see. This is courier work. No. He doesn't get, yeah, as you can see, he doesn't give a ton of money. But he gives a little bit better karma, though. But, nope, another package. I'll try one more time, and then I'll skip until I get a Matrix job from him. Changes careers. Yeah, this is the extraction one where he wants to change careers. Unfortunately, his current employer frowns upon this. Assist my client with his professional growth and return here to receive full compensation for your services. Most Johnsons will have the same dialogue for stuff like that, so there's really no reason for me to read it out after a certain point. So, no, I don't want to do that. It gives you a lot of money. I'd have to hire someone to help me with that, though. Let's see. Nope, another escort mission. I mean, I could do one of these extractions just to show it off, and I have someone I could actually hire for that, but I don't have the armor yet for it though. So, yeah, this is a acquisitions job. I'll read them off whenever I actually do the jobs. I'll do all of them once at least in the game. Okay, here we go. Looks like I have a simple Matrix run lined up next. He'll tell you if it's simple. So, a local stuffer shack is holding an informant of mine. I've set up a team to acquire this person. I need you to crash their CPU as a distraction. Go do this now and return here for payment. Alright, so we need to crash the server? We can do that. 425, alright? Okay, but we don't have a decker. Well, let's get a decker, shall we? And I know just the one to do it. Mainly, I'm going to get him so I can get some extra money while we're doing this as well. Because these simple Matrix jobs won't be too dangerous, and it'll give me a reason to finally explain Matrix runs. Yay! But Matrix runs are the most effective way to get money in this game. The only problem is they're kind of boring to do. Yeah, it's kind of weird for me to say that with Matrix stuff, but it actually is kind of boring overall. Well, depending on what happens, but if things go badly, they can be pretty boring, actually, and that's bad. You know what I mean? You want things to be exciting and interesting, but I'll go over that when we get our decker. So, we could get that dwarf decker, but he's not a very good decker, and I don't want to spend too much effort to build him up. This guy, though, if we build him up just a little bit, he'll be really good for at least till we get enough money to hire the ultimate decker in the game. Anyway, this is the frag grenade in the Renraku Arcology, which is where we just went to, because we went to the downtown Seattle and then the Renraku Arcology. They're all tied together to each other. The frag grenade is Renraku's attempt at counterculture. This is the place Renraku employees go to blow off steam. As a result, things here can get rough in here. The bouncer stops you from entering. 25 to get in. Yep. If you have higher reputation, I believe you can get in for free, but for now we have to pay, so okay, go on in. Okay. And it was this guy. An old man flashes his guns at you. His foul breath is air freshener compared to the stench of his leather body. You decide to find a booth on the far side of the room. Yeah, unfortunately, it's the same dialogue, so oh well. But no one else is here. Oh, wait, is that a floating hat and cape? What the? Who is this? Oh, it's an elf. A wired elf gives you a once-over. You want something? Looking for some info. I'm well connected and so are my friends. What's your story, chummer? I've been shooting the Matrix for a bit. My name is handle is Phantom. Heard of me? I've been making a name for myself in the Matrix. I work for a company who trained me in cyberspace. Then one of those anti-metahuman groups showed up, screaming about purity, and them losing jobs and garbage like that. Before I knew it, I was out. No pension, no severance, just a pink slip. But I showed them. I just took my share from their system accounts. But I'm ready to do some serious damage to those high-minded breeders. No offense, of course. So, yeah, he's a decker. Yeah, he's a decker that looks like a wizard, because the whole the cap and floating cape thing, or floating coat, that's, if you ever fight anything in the game, that's usually what that is. It's usually a wizard, an elf wizard, usually, if you're fighting at that point. But I like the display of it, the design of it at least. So anyway, I need some questions answered. Tell me about the Matrix. Most people are after the data stores because that's where the quick new unit is, which is true. But the systems are much more than data store dumps. The system has vast connections, great influence, security cameras, alerts, elevators can be controlled inside the system. If you want to go somewhere restricted, go into the matrix, jack into the system, and find the slave nodes. Or better yet, cross the system CPU, which is what we need to do for the job. Where can I get some cyberdeck equipment? There's a few cyberdeck stores around. There's one called Mototronics here in the Arcology. They sell decent decks. The other's in the Pullia Barrens inside the crime mall, but the stuff they sell is mostly hot and cost a bundle. Okay, yeah, we'll have to go there for some unique items eventually. We just don't have the money for it. How is it you're an elf? They call it the goblinization. It happened about 30 years ago when one in 10 humans suddenly metamorphosed into two of the metahuman races, orcs and trolls. Elves and dwarves were born after human parents about 40 years ago when the magic itself first returned. The elves were one of the races that's created their own nations and grouped into tribes. They created a tight-knit family, one that excluded many outsiders, but most of that you can find in the history books. Except we should know that as a player, but you know, it's for the gamer himself that's actually playing, not the actual character. But that's a different subject. I'm looking to sign on a good runner. Well, if it's a Matrix run, we're discussing. I charge $510 and $5,100 for my services. It's cheaper because I have a higher negotiation and charisma. I believe it's based off charisma, reputation, and negotiations. How you can dictate the cost of a runner, how much they charge. Oh, they also charge based off how friendly you are to them, whether you got a negative relationship with them or a positive. But yeah, let's pay him for a short term to do this Matrix run. And yeah, we're not getting paid as much for his cost, but I want to pay him for get him for another reason. So yeah, short term. You got me, pal. No regrets. You'll see. All right, let's look at Phantom. All right, Phantom is an elf decker. He's got a security pistol, 500. Yeah, it won't do much damage. So, but it's got a lot of. He's got a laser sight on it and 25 ammo. He's got a lion duster. He's also got a couple of med kits. He's also got, I think, 4 clips. Yeah, 4 clips. Let's see his stats there. Not too bad. Really, the big thing about him is his intelligence is at 6, and his computer is at 5. If we can just build up his computer to 6, he'll be a lot better. It'll get us the money we need to afford the best decker in the game, for sure. After we get some unnecessary programs to sell. So, all right, and then we go up to cyberware. He's got a data jack, hand razors, and wired reflexes, so he can shoot a bit faster with his gun. And then magic-wise, yeah, 3 in physical, 4 in mana defenses. And finally, Pocket Secretary. He's got, we can now go over Cyberdeck. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to go into the Matrix and I'll explain this all here in a second. Because that's a whole heap of fun to deal with, so. Alright. Let's go to the Decker store to buy something really quick. And I'll go over some of the stuff in there while we're there, so. Yeah, this is going to be mainly a decking episode, just explaining it and everything. Macrotronics is a store for the serious decker. Although it has some high-quality software and hardware, it is hampered by the fact its stock must be legal. Boo. Alright, so combat data utilities. Attack. This is the most important item in the game, bar none, because you need it to beat everything in the Matrix if you don't get past it another way. Yeah, attack is used to crash ICE, which is the attacking programs. ICE is... Let me go over the specific... I used to know off the top of my head what ICE meant, but, you know, one of those things you forget over time. So, okay. ICE means, let's see, sorry. ICE is abbreviation for intrusion countermeasures. So, attacking becomes necessary and masking fails. So, you need this for anything. So, this is level 4. Currently, we have level 3 in our deck. So, this would be nice to buy, but I don't have the money for it. I need to earn money to buy better programs. This is the slow program. Use this to reduce the IC's reaction and delaying attacks and alerts. Depending on how things go, you'll probably never need this attack. I only buy this attack to use as a tar pit dump. You'll know what tar pits are when I actually go over them. Slow does nothing against trace IC. Defensive ones, we got healing, which will heal your persona when it takes damage. So certain ICE programs will be attacking damage. If it takes damage, this heals it. 9 times out of 10, you're never going to take enough damage, or if you do, you can just pull out of the system and try it again. I usually almost never have to medic except in rare circumstances. If you can mask it or attack it fast enough, you won't really have to heal. Shield protects, reduces the damage, which becomes useless against Black IC, which actually Black IC isn't as dangerous as you think it is in this game. But yeah, Shield just reduces the damage on attacks on you. That can be helpful to an extent, but not something that if you know what you're doing, you don't really need much of it. Mirror confounds IC deckers and decreases their attacking accuracy. It's one of those things you're supposed to use during attacks, but when the program knows you're there and is attacking you, you want to attack it. You don't actually want to cast any other programs on it. Mirror is technically meant to be used before you attack it, but I'd rather be using a different program than Mirror, so I don't find it very useful, to tell you the truth. Sleaze can be useful. This allows you to bypass nodes without dealing with them. The only problem is it doesn't. If you want to go to that node specifically, if you cast Sleaze, you just bypass. You don't actually enter the node. So it's useful if you know the maps and you want to know which ones you can avoid completely. If this is high enough level, you can just go whoop right past it. So this can be useful. Analyze. This is only useful if you don't know anything about the game and you want to analyze ice for how the programs work and everything like that. But if you played this game before, or if you're looking at a guide, you can ignore this item completely. Okay, Cyberdecks. We can buy the CyberShack PCD, Fuji Cyber 5, or the Sega CTY 360. Cost-wise, I'll probably end up just buying the Fuji Cyber 5 before we get the ultimate deck in the game, which is the Excalibur. But for now, I'll go over the stats of what all that means here in a second. Let's just say it's better than the deck we've got. And then finally, upgrades. You can upgrade memory, storage, loading speed, and deck response. I want to buy some storage really quick, so let's spend a little extra cash on this. Okay, that gave me at least 200 more megabytes of information. And upgrade, you can also upgrade the BOD, evasion, masking, and sensors. I'll go over what that is here in a second. We can't do it on this deck because it's already maxed out. So, okay. We got ourselves some decking and stuff like that. Let's go to a terminal and go into the Matrix. And I'll explain all the stuff there. Alright, to go to the Matrix, you have to go to cyberspace. Now, if you go into the cyberspace without a deck, I'll show you.
Rejected.
Yeah, I don't have a data jack, so we can't go inside. So, yeah, game tells me, nope. It is possible to do it through a bug, but I'm not going to do that because you get insta-killed without a programs to defend yourself. So, anyway, let's go to cyberspace. So if you have a Matrix run, you can just enter a passcode, and that'll take you straight to where you want to go. If you want to randomly go through the Matrix to try and find nodes to get money from, you can just do system search, and you'll find something randomly. But we have a passcode. Let's enter that.
Accepted.
Okay, let's go over the programs again. So attack is used to attack programs, healing for heal, deception. This is probably the most useful item in the game, and when it comes to Matrix stuff, this allows you to fool ice and get past it. There's only two ice you can never get past, and that's barrier ice and black ice. But yeah, 2/3 of all the nodes in the game can be avoided with deception, and then 1/3 of all nodes can only be beaten with attack. So it goes to show that you can just avoid most encounters, which is what we want to do, because the combat in this game, combat in the Matrix is kind of boring. Okay, let's go over the cyber deck itself. Okay, so we have an Allegiance Alpha. This is the bare bones deck of the game. It has a MPCP of 3. Now you're probably wondering, what does that even mean? Does the game even explain it? I think the game does explain. If you take Gunderson's assistance with talking to Decker, I think she explains like how that actually all works in the game. But okay, let me go over what the actual specifics of it are, though. Okay, MPCP means Master Persona Control Program. That's the deck's rating. It can never be changed no matter what, and it's a rating of 3. What that means is whatever its stats can be raised to can only be raised up to that rating. It can't go any higher than that. Hardening, right under that, is your deck's defensive power. Think of it as like armor, basically. It's another defensive way to protect yourself from the ice programs and this that actually physically attack you. This one also can't be raised. It's based off the power of the deck itself. Under that is memory. Memory is how many programs you can load up into your deck at once. You can only load up some. It shows down there at the bottom. You see that little like white guy or whatever. That's your persona, and those 5 black boxes next to him to his right are where you can equip programs. The memory means only certain programs of certain megabits can be equipped onto there, so you want to raise that higher for purposes of equipping more high-end programs. Although, like I said, really, you only need to equip at least attack, deception, and then maybe a weak program for tar pits. Like I said, I'll go over tar pits when it actually becomes relevant, maybe in another episode. Storage is how much storage can be put on the program, and that counts for programs that you equipped onto the deck, as well as data you can download for like selling and stuff like that. Load speed and IO speed is how fast a program gets uploaded when you, if you're in battle and you need to load a new program and you equipped it, that's how fast it takes the program to load into the deck so you can actually use it. Response time is a general overall broad range of stuff. It basically means higher response means increased speed of your deck, how quick to perform actions, loading, running, refreshing utilities, so forth and so on. You want this to be a number. BOD, what that is your defense, your persona's defense against attacks from ice. It's like I said, the difference between hardening is BOD is hardening is armor, BOD is the actual body stat, like in the as the player character itself. Evasion is basically how you can dodge attacks from hostile ice. Masking, the most important stat in the game, is how easy it is for you to avoid nodes detection, and it also improves the deception program, which allows you to avoid combat. So you want this to be as high as it can be whenever you buy a new deck. You want to bump this up first. And then sensor, all that does is it makes the analyze program work. So if you know what you're doing, you actually don't need to raise that up at all. So you can just skip that. You can use run info to tell us what we need to do. We just need to crash the CPU. We also look at storage and we can view what's in it. Right now, nothing's in it. And then we got the system map, which we'll find out here in a second when we start. So let's equip these two. Okay, first of all, alright, since we have to go through this, so let me pause really quick before, because if you stay in the matrix too long outside the pause screen, the matrix will eventually know you're there and try to fight you, and it'll, you know, basically you'll have to deal with more crap the more it knows. So I had to pause it every time I do that. Now the reason I'm pausing it, I was gonna look up the different, like, what the different descriptions on the programs are that we're dealing with here, or not programs, the nodes is what we're dealing with. So okay, all right, there's multiple different nodes throughout the whole game. So this one is the system access node. So this is used to go inside the system, so you have to always encounter this first before you enter the system, and that's pretty much it. So what we want to do is we want to use the deception program. Okay, so we don't even have to fight it. So that allows us to get inside. Okay, let's enter the system. Okay, that's green. So let me look at my map here. There's 20 different matrix maps in the game. Half of them are unique to a specific place and area, and they'll always be the same every time if it's named. If it's a random quest like this, there's a possibility of 10 different maps it could be. Okay, so let me look at my notes and see which one this could be. It's a pretty long line between those two. Let's see. Actually, it might be the one I'm thinking already. So, yeah, it's got to be that one. That's the only one I can think of. That's a green node. Well, actually, well, no, there's no other line there. So, okay, yeah, I guess it's this one. Okay. Huh. Well, I don't know if I want to go through this one because it has some red nodes in it. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Let's see. It even has a tar program in here as well. I may have to get I may have to drop this mission to get another job if it's this one that I'm looking at. It's supposed to be a simple mission. The only other one it could be is it's gotta be this one. It can't be the one with the red node because it's a simple mission. It's not supposed to be this difficult. Red nodes are supposed to be for higher difficulty missions. Oh, actually, it might be. Actually, it might be this one. Never mind. Sorry, there's like 5 different ones that look just similar. The start of it looks similar to this, so we'll find out here in a second when we beat this program. Okay, this is the CPU. Okay, it didn't have a barrier. It doesn't have a barrier program, so we can just enter it. If it has a barrier program or black ice, we immediately have to fight it. We can't like avoid it or anything like that. But luckily, the only thing it had was like a tracer program on it. So all that would have done was that we won't crash the system yet. I want to actually. Okay, it is the one I'm looking at here. So there's 2 setups here. We can go to a. All right, let's go to the different ones here. All right, the circle there is a slave module. Okay, so These are usually used for shutting off like cameras and stuff like that. If you're in like a building and you go to something like this, you can shut up. Usually it'll be like a camera or something like that. So you can turning it off will turn off like the uses for it, like cameras and stuff like that. The triangle is, like I said, there's so many different ones. This one is a input-output port. Most 9 times out of 10, these are going to be pretty useless. So usually you can avoid these unless you have to go through these. These squares are data stores. These are usually what's going to have your data in it for downloading and transferring stuff. And then we already have the CPU, which is used to either turn off or lock out or crash the system. So we want to go to these 2 things. So I was thinking for a second, I was looking at the one that was a red square. I was like, there's no way that this is it can't be this map. It's too difficult.
Accepted.
Yeah, most times we're going to be able to get through these guys pretty quickly on green. Oh yeah, the nodes have 4 different types of colors. They got blue, green, orange, and red. Blue you can pretty much just walk through. Green has a little bit of defense. Orange is a little bit tougher and might have some nasty programs, so nothing you can't handle. Red, you'll need to have a high computer and combat stat to really go through these guys effectively. Otherwise, you'll get wrecked pretty easily. Anyway, we'll transfer the program and see if we can get anything from it. Alright, nothing. You can keep searching, by the way. But the longer we're in the system, the more we're going to get alerted. Okay, system usage report. Let's see if that gets you anything. Some of these programs can be worthless, by the way. Okay, let's just keep looking. Email data, sure. Actually, how much data do I have right now? Available 88. Okay, so I could download maybe 1 or 2 more depending on what I find. Let's go. Actually, let's leave the node and try this one. See if there's anything in that one.
Alert.
Uh-oh, we're on alert now, so we'll have to crash the system before they start.
Passcode rejected.
Yeah, let's keep doing this. Oh yeah, by the way,
Passcode rejected.
up there when it says this, refresh, when that builds,
Passcode rejected.
we can use it again. If it doesn't, we have to wait.
Passcode rejected.
Yeah, this one's being tough. We might have to actually fight it.
Passcode rejected.
Oh, come on. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just either attack it
Passcode rejected.
or deceive it. That's all you can do.
Passcode rejected.
Oh, come on, game.
Passcode rejected. Passcode rejected.
Oh, man. Come on.
Passcode rejected.
Well, if we take too long, sometimes they'll just...
Passcode rejected.
Sometimes the game will just auto-attack us if we take too long.
Passcode rejected.
Come on. This isn't that hard. It's only level 4.
Passcode rejected.
Oh, yeah, the nodes can have...
Passcode rejected.
Nodes can have certain power levels from like 1 to like...
Passcode rejected.
I think it's like 1 to 6 or something like that. I'll have to look that up again.
Passcode rejected.
Yeah. This one's a level 4, by the way.
Passcode rejected.
Let me look at some other. I think... Oh, no,
Passcode rejected.
I see some 7s. So that might be the highest.
Passcode rejected.
Yeah, I just have to keep doing this until I either pass or whatever.
Passcode accepted.
There we go. But yeah, it can go up to 7. Okay, let's transfer some data from this and see if we get anything. Personal dossier, sure. Oh, no, let me back up again. Transfer. I can do a 60 or combination. That might not be anything, but we'll download it anyway. Okay, we're done. Let's go crash the system and get out here. Okay, this one's an easy one, but yeah, there can be harder ones. When we go to harder ones, I'll explain what that means, because that can be a little confusing. Yeah, but we need to crash the system, so. Alright, crash the system. Initiating system shutdown in 2, 3, 2, 1. And there you go. And that's it. Now we just have to go to one duder for the, to pay off the job now. Yeah, all we have to do is crash the system and then go return for payment. However, before we do that, let's see if we get anything from this gear. So to sell the stuff, we have to go to a fixer. Roscoe could do it, but there's a guy in the downtown Seattle district, which is just this way, to see if he'll buy the stuff. Now, unfortunately, you won't really know if it's worth anything until you talk to him. Some stuff will be worthless. It really depends. So we'll see what he gives us for it, if he gives us anything. So, and I need to do this a little bit just to get some more money, because like I said, doing Matrix stuff, and then after we do a couple jobs, we can get a. Oh yeah, I want to change this assault to full offensive. Anyone that's not the player character, choose them to full offense. So, oops, didn't want to go in there. Okay, let's go in here. All right. Howdy, name's Roscoe. My business is buying info and selling it off to the highest bidder. Y'all got any data for me, partner? And I'll gladly give you a fair deal. I got some data I'd like to sell. He gestures to the terminal on his desk. Well, hook your deck on up on my old hog here, and we'll get down to biz. The files here, a system usage report. You'll get 300. Yes, all right, I'll take that. Yep, sell it. Email data, 1,200. All right. Personal dossiers, 400. 800 for employee schedules. Oh, man, we made a big on this one. Looks like we reached the big end-all file marker. Y'all know to come to me when you get more data. All right, that was really, really lucky there. We got really good money on that one. Look at that. Nice. All right. Now we can afford that armor, and I can afford to put more. Can't afford a deck yet, the new deck, though. But, yeah, this is the way to get early, easy money game. You just take a matrix run, and then go into the run. Just take simple matrix runs, so that way you have a passcode every time, and that way you know you're not going to fight, like, red stuff. You can just fight orange or whatever, and you can keep doing that over and over until you get at least a decent amount of money. And then we can start farming for karma by getting higher jobs. So, yeah, that's the reason why you hire Phantom, is to kind of do this over and over again. So, all right. Actually, let's go buy the armor really quick. So, let's go over to, I think we'll call it an episode after that. So, or do I want to pay? Well, I want to have him in my group just in case I get attacked. So, let's head to the Puliat Barrens. Okay, let's go to the crime mall. Now, you're probably thinking, why don't I go to... A flustered woman passes by you. A moment later, a grunty man passes in pursuit of the woman. It appears he is some form of law official chasing a suspect. Hey, what's going on here? The man has grabbed the woman and whirls around you. Lone Star, undercover! I've got her under control, so you best leave, citizen. The officer hauls her away. Okay, sometimes you can get different effects from that, but nope, couldn't do anything on that. Okay. Let's go to the crime mall. You're probably thinking, why don't I go back to the Redmond Barrens to buy it? Because wasn't it like 1,000 something there? Well, it's actually cheaper here. Like last episode, I forgot to mention. Well, actually, you guys saw it, but I forgot to specifically pull it out. Is that it's actually cheaper here by 900 instead. Yeah, 900. It's actually a little bit less because I have a higher negotiation skill. What I understand from the game is that it lowers the cost of an item by like 3% every time you get a negotiation. So it starts out 900, and then when you hit 12, it gets to 620. So it goes, when you hit 3, it goes to 872, then 844, then 816, then 788, then 760, then 732, then 704, then 676, and then 648, and then finally 620. So that's about 3% every time, give or take. It's the same with selling it too. But anyway, now if I can buy this, I can finally take some damage. So let's buy that. And then we'll go and sell the old jacket here, the armored vest. Oh, let me go to sell item. Okay, for 109. Yep, sell that. All right, let's equip that. Also, this place also sells decking stuff, so let's show that off really quick too. Let's go inside. All right, let's browse the software and hardware. You approach a sickly pale elf with an old SimSense unit trapped in the base of his skull. Eventually, his eyes focus at some points close to where you are standing. He drones out a monotone sales pitch as he shows you his collection. Alright, so you can buy attack level 4 here. We'll eventually want to buy that, but for now, I think he has a lot of the same stuff. Oh, we got smoke here. Smoke, this is probably the worst one in the game, but there can be a use for it. But smoke, what it does is it creates an electronic chaos. All actions have added difficulty. It means all actions, yours and the bad guys. So if you cast it, you're going to be annoyed with how long it takes you for everything to go on, because it's there to basically prevent anything from happening. The only time I'd use this is when you're fighting tar pits, or when you're dealing with tar pits, but we'll go over that whenever that becomes a thing. You can also buy a relocate here. This can be interesting depending on how the situations go. What does is it? I'd probably just avoid this one, really, even though it can be interesting to use. What does it deals with Trace IC? Trace IC is when one of the programs shoots out like a thing from it, not at you, but on the side of the screen. That means it's shooting at a trace. So eventually, if it activates, it means a alert will activate. So basically, this stops traces from happening. But usually at that point, you either just go to the CPU to turn it off, or you just leave and try again. Here's the deception. I want to buy a higher level than that. It's actually a little bit cheaper. I might buy that because it'll make going through the simple matrix stuff a little bit quicker at this point. So we could buy a higher, because the one we got right now is level 2. So Let's see. The only problem is it's a little bit higher in size by 18 megabytes instead, so I had to buy more storage data. Cyberdecks here, they sell the Fuji Cyber 7 and the best deck in the game, the Fairlight Excalibur at 22,000 new yen. Whoo boy. But this is also its trade-up price if you swap out your old deck for it. So I think it's usually at 300,000 or something like that, or maybe it's 250, something like that. It's one of the most expensive things to buy in the game, bar none. So, which makes sense because of how much money you can make from doing decking stuff. So, but anyway, then we can upgrade, and yeah, here's where we can upgrade bod, evasion, mask. Like I told before, you usually want to just upgrade masking. So, so I think I will actually buy that, because if I do that, that'll be enough. I'll still have enough money to get payment for the job, then go hire Phantom again, because I want to have him do jobs with me until I give him just enough karma to where he can raise his computer up to 6, and that should be just enough computer to be able to effectively go through small matrix jobs until we get enough money. Technically, I could do the Orozco stuff right now at this point, but I want to finish this job and call it episode. It's already long enough as it is. So let's go and buy the Deception Program 3, and that'll upgrade our program. Okay, now let's look at our Cyber Deck just to show that it's upgraded to 3. So now it's a little bit better because it was at 2 before. So all right, let's go get our pay and we'll call it an episode. Yeah, sorry this one was long, but dealing with the internet and stuff like that is a dealing with the internet is a annoying thing indeed in this game. Like I said, you saw me having to go through that deception. I was just pressing the button over and over and over again, waiting to get past it. That's how boring some of the events can be in this game. So in the Matrix. Oh well, that's just how it is. I like this game, but yeah, some areas of it are kind of boring. But all right. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, didn't I get the? I guess he already paid us already, so no, we don't want to do that. So the prior run completed. You distribute percentages and thanks to your team. Okay, I was about to say, why didn't he just tell me I was done? That was weird. Yeah, and Phantom leaves as soon as the job is officially complete. So we got our money and got paid by him. So. Well, all right. Looks like the Orozco will have to wait as we. Whoops. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to him next episode, maybe. Looks like Orozco will have to wait a little bit longer for us because we need to have a little bit more power. Now, you're probably wondering why, but maybe we'll do like another Matrix run or whatever. But yeah, to find information on our brother, we're going to need more money, more karma, and more power. But find out what happens next time in the next episode of Shadowrun for the Sega Genesis. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.